we can get into the papers that we have for today.
Yes.
All right. You want to start with the Daily Graphic?
Right. So on the front page of the Daily Graphic, we have corruption cases. Rule of natural justice will prevail, and that's by the president. Use pulpits to preach peace, and also NDC 32nd anniversary. Country needs urgent reset, and that's by Prof. Opoku Ajiman. Black stars subdue stubborn wild beast, and of course we have a picture there of the hat-trick hero, Jordan Ayew, with some of his teammates. And behind the paper, we have Black stars subdue stubborn wild beast again. It must really be an interesting story to give it twice.
Yeah, so kudos to the Black Stars there.
Big congratulations to them.
Yeah. I think that was, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. All right, so the Ghanaian Times. Now, these are the headlines we have here. Norwegian vessel assesses Ghana's fish resources and marine pollution. We have a photograph of the Law House, and the story here says, at inauguration of new AG and Ministry of Justice complex, I am committed to corruption fight, says the president as he hails AG for completion of law project. We also have here, hold us accountable, majority leader to media and CSOs. And we have IFRC allocates $1 million to support climate change actions in Ghana.
All right, on the front page of the Chronicle, I ask small-scale miners to rebel against fake soldiers and police. And that's by the MPP parliamentary candidate. Togo opposition leader courts to Ghana's support to reverse constitutional changes. You have done a yeoman's job. Akufo-Addo praises Godfred Dame for completing his baby project. Johnson and Walker Computer Laboratory commissioned at Asase-Manso Primary School. And then, well, the reading from today, the Bible reading from today is from Psalms 119:105. Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path.
All right, so because you read the Chronicle, that says, I asked small-scale miners to rebel against fake soldiers and police. I just want to read the front page of the Inquirer. The Inquirer has a number of headlines, but one of them here says, soldier escapes lynching by Wasa Achempim Galamseyers. All right, and the story is on page 3 of the paper. It's a very serious thing that we're dealing with here. Quickly, just the first paragraph. A military officer named Timothy Ajakosi, believed to be from the Takwa Aboso military quarters, is receiving treatment to bodily wounds and cuts after he was reportedly assaulted by assailants believed to be illegal miners at Wasa Achempim in the Western region last Friday, June 7th, 2024. Now, I think it's a very important thing for us to condemn outrightly, roundly condemn this utterance and the insistence to stand by his utterance by Ernest Frimpong, the parliamentary candidate, okay, who's said this thing, he's repeated it, and he's feeling very free. To just continue, I think that there's a law against incitement of violence. But I don't see anybody saying anything against it.
And you know what surprises me, actually? The fact that, when he spoke to Umaru Sanda yesterday on radio, and he still insisted that I said it. Yes. Because I honestly thought he was going to say, was it a mistake? Or maybe it was out of anger at the moment, you understand? But he still insisted that I said it. And
I don't know what he means by fake soldiers. I don't understand that. What does that mean? Fake, what does a fake soldier mean?
But the military actually put out a statement, saying that,
and warned
that you can't do that because every military personnel actually has a right to defend himself or herself and people around them. So that no one should ever do that.
Yeah. All right. Let me just wrap up with the other headlines on the front page of the Inquirer. It says state intervention in addressing housing deficits in Ghana, implications for SDGs. There's a story in the paper there. Food security under threat. PFJ2 farmers marooned as aggregators dither over duty. And Malawi's vice president aircraft missing. President cancels flight. Yeah, this is a very...
That was yesterday.
Disturbing, disturbing news there. Yeah.
All right, on the front page of the Business Analyst, high UPPF charges. NPA rakes in billions as consumers suffer. And Akufo-Addo hails Attorney General's dedication to justice following completion of Law House Complex. Ghana's inflation to end 2024 at 20.9%, and that's by FDB. And tanker drivers, chair compromised as he makes baseless accusations against transporters. CD to end 2024 at 15.91 CD to $1. IC Securities.
All right. Daily Guide has these headlines. Nana opens a law house. I won't skip due process, he says. Asanteman holds you in high esteem. This is coming from Mamponhene to Baumia. And digitalized law improves practice. So those are the headlines on the front page of the Daily Guide.
All right, let's check out the overseer. On the front page, NDC unveils campaign team soon. Alabi, Fifi Kwete, and Segbefia to lead. We thank God for your life. Mahama welcomes Ampofo back from medical trip, and Goyle maintains dividends to shareholders despite challenging year. I won't set aside due process in corruption fight. And that's by the President Akufo-Addo telling Mahama. And National Security Ministry marks Green Day. Namomo applauds Mahama's vision and commitment for fishing industry.
All right, and we have the new finder. And World Cup hopes alive as Black Stars beat CAR in 7-goals thriller. Yeah, you see, it's a 7-goal thriller, not 7 goals thriller. Because you are using it as an adjective to describe the thriller. People. Another Lord's advanced digitization in new law house. And we have NHIA to implement mandatory health insurance for all visitors to Ghana. And FRSP supplies highly subsidized 130,000-day-old chicks to poultry farmers in Ashanti. Hopefully that will have an impact on revamping and boosting the poultry sector there.
All right, on the front page of the Hawk newspaper, Mamas of Panic as Bahumia nears naming Napo running mate. And Jane Mensah sets EC on fire, demotes Dr. Cerebor, slashes allowance. And also in this issue, women SHS in throes of poor facilities. NDC's MPs star snub, hashtag Doomso must stop vigil. And then NPP PC instructs minors to beat soldiers. Coming up, NPA's dubious tracking scheme exposed.
All right. The Anchor newspaper, Keta boils over death of landlord in police custody. Family youth accuse police of murder. Hold stakeholders accountable for reliable power supply. Former Gridco boss charges media. We have Akosombo Dam will be spilled differently if, and VRA says, and insists useful lessons have been learned. Okay, we hope so. Fighting corruption has been cornerstone of my administration, Akufo-Addo tells critics. Well, I wonder what all the others have to say.
All right, on the front page of the Daybreak, Doomsaw Vigil, a wake-up call for Energy Minister, and that's by Afenyo Markin. We accord and hold you in high esteem. Ashanti Regional House to Chiefs to Baumia. Global Fund threatens to terminate support to Ghana over delayed medication clearance. Okay. Accolades for AG for Law House completion.
Metrolens. These are the headlines. President praises AG for Law House complex completion. Help solve Togo crisis. Togolese MTR party leader seeks Ghanaian support to end political crisis. We also have here, my focus is on developing Etiwa West constituency, Koko Asante pledges. And we also have here Sustainable Development Excellence Awards Change Makers. So those are the stories on the front page of the Metro Lens.
All right, so my last paper here is the Economy Times. BOG incurs 2.4 billion Ghana cedis cost on G40 at end 2023, and collateral registry records 28% growth. Over 500,000 businesses to be deleted from companies registered by June ending.
All right, so my final paper here is the BNFT, and it says here, Law House Complex, Akufo-Addo Lords AG's vision and leadership. Mining industry moves to cement top gold producer spot. We also have regional digital infrastructure gets big boost as Africa data centers and others partner. And then let me give you one other one here. Special economic zones key to industrialization drive. This is coming from experts. All right. So those are the printed papers. You want to read any stories?
Yeah, so the Togo opposition leader courts to Ghana's support to reverse constitutional changes. And this is from actually what happened on the 19th of April this year, where they actually changed their constitution for how they choose their president. So people are no more given the power to elect the president, but the president is actually chosen by parliament right now. Yes, and the president has been ruling for 19 years.
That's your typical UK style.
Yes, the UK style. But you know, it was not like that in Togo before. People were actually given the power to vote. But
it's actually an interesting system because we know we had that when Kwame Nkrumah was initially prime minister before he became president.
But you know, the people, you know, have an issue because he's been ruling for 19 years. He's been there since 2005. Yeah, he's been ruling from 2005 to
That's
now.
a long time.
That's very long. And he might still be
there. Ghana,
all right, so
Ghana and his fellow countries.
Dr. Jean-Emmanuel Gagnon, the leader and presidential candidate of the Togolese Movement for Restoration, MTR, has arrived in Ghana to seek support from the Ghanaian people in resolving the political crisis in Togo. Dr. Gagnon and Vice President of the party, Advocate Brice Afasawo Kpoto, on a mission to rally international support against the recent constitutional changes in Togo, which they believe undermine democracy and the people's right to elect their leader. During the visit to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum in Accra, Dr. Gagnon expressed his disapproval of the new legislation, which grants Parliament the power to elect the president, effectively denying citizens their right to vote. He emphasized that the MTR is committed to promoting peace, socialism, and progress in Africa, and is determined to challenge the undemocratic movement. Dr. Gagnon plans to meet with key stakeholders in Ghana, including the National Chief Imam, the Christian Council, and the National Peace Council, to garner support for the Togolese people cause. And we have the story right there on the Chronicles, and it's on page 2 if you want to continue that. Yeah, so that's what they're facing right now.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go do some sports. After the good news yesterday, I can't wait to get into the sports review. Next.
Yeah. All right, so let's check out sports. Ghana Black Stars beat the Central African Republic 4-3 in Kumasi last night on match week 4 of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Ghana took the lead after 3 minutes via Jordan Ayew penalty, but the Central African Republic scored twice through Louis Mafuta to lead at the halftime break. After the break, Jordan Ayew scored 2 goals to put 3-2 ahead before a deflected shot from Abdul Fattah Ishaku stretched the lead. Louis Mafatu struck again in the 90th minute, but it was too late for the Central Republic.
All right. Now we have some Real Madrid news here, and Real Madrid And manager Carlo Ancelotti have clarified the Champions League winners will compete at next year's Club World Cup, despite the Italian earlier saying that the club would refuse the invitation. Now, Ancelotti's comments appeared in an interview with Italian media on Monday, but the 65-year-old later posted on social media to say his words were misrepresented. Now, Real Madrid released a statement saying that they were very interested in taking part in the Club World Cup. Real Madrid are one of 12 European teams already qualified for the 32-team FIFA tournament to be held in the USA between 15th of June and the 13th of July 2025.